Hello and a really warm welcome to this week's Masterclass, where I will be talking about your new wealth frequency, why it is essential to your business and your growth, and my 5 steps to getting yourself into your new wealth frequency. So excited to share this with you. It's all about trying to get you ready and open to receiving more clients, more growth, and more money. Yes! So if you are new here, I'm Rachel Smith, the business grower. I am a transformational business coach and mindset expert. That banging is my husband, who wasn't supposed to be doing that right now, so apologies for any disturbances, but it's not going to screw with our message today. And what I do in my business is I work with amazing entrepreneurs, female business owners who are ready for the next step and who are all in for generating consistent months of 5k. I absolutely love this work, and hopefully you will too. So if you're new to either the group where I am broadcasting, very warm welcome. And if you're watching this back on YouTube and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do so that you can continue to receive these weekly nuggets. So let's talk about what do I mean by wealth frequency? Because it sounds a bit odd, doesn't it? But it's really absolutely essential for you whilst you are working really hard on growing your awesome business. So frequency is a very, I think it's a very simple, but it's a very simple thing for us to understand. We understand what a frequency is. If you think about a radio frequency, this is the frequency that you are tuning your radio into so that you can actually pick up the information, the music, the service that you want to hear. And it's exactly the same within us as well. And that's because everything around us, including money, including clients, is a frequency. Everything has an energetic frequency. So what often happens is that women in particular, we get into our masculine, we get into our doing, we get into our action taking, and what can happen is that we can become quite closed off and shut down from actually what we're working really hard to achieve, because we're in the masculine, we're in the doing, and we haven't worked on opening ourselves up, becoming wide open and clearing the path for more clients to come to us. And in that, we haven't increased our frequency. We are still operating at the income frequency that you are currently at. And what needs to happen is that as you move through your business, as you start to implement more and more exciting plans, when you're looking at generating more income and more growth in your business, you want to be increasing that frequency. So a really brilliant way to illustrate it is just to think that, let's say that you're currently earning 1 to 2k every single month, and that is that a frequency kind of at this level, but you desire to actually take that to 3, 4, 5k a month. You will not achieve that from the frequency that you are currently at that 1 or 2k frequency. And what people actually get wrong is that they think it will naturally happen when you achieve your next income goal. And actually what happens is quite the opposite. And what you do need to do is step into your new wealth frequency before you've actually achieved it. And it'll become really clear when I share my 5 steps, but what happens as human beings is if we haven't taken my 5 steps or something similar, is that we'll actually block ourselves, because actually our mind and our thinking process still has us at this level. We haven't told our mind in a really powerful way that we're actually open to receiving more wealth. And there's all sorts of ways that we block ourselves. So that when we do this work, you will become more energetically available for this money, and therefore you will be thinking, feeling and taking action at a completely different level. So in the same way that we've talked about your energy being and your frequency being at this level, this is also the action that you are taking. So you may have time when you are like stepping out of your comfort zone and taking bigger steps and kind of some action. But what happens often when we're not working on our minds is that that is not consistent. So actually you start to step out of your comfort zone. It maybe feels really unsafe, or maybe you don't get the results that you want immediately, so you come back down to where you are comfortable. And what happens when you actually work on your mind as well as work on your business, because I honestly believe that you've got to do both. You've got to work on your mind, but you've got to take the action, is that you've got to change how you think and you've got to change how you feel. And when you couple those things together, the action taking always is at a higher level, and you stop sabotaging yourself and you're more consistent with that high level action taking. So I hope that's clear for you. And let's talk about some of the ways that you might currently be sabotaging yourselves. I've mentioned it before, that kind of inconsistency. Maybe you have like, right, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go live every single week. And what happens is that perhaps you do that 3 weeks, but nobody comments on your lives, or nothing really changes in your business. So instead of like doing your lives differently or letting more people know that you're going live, what happens is you stop doing the lives. So before you even have an opportunity to see what the results happen, what could happen if you were consistent with this action, is that you stop taking it and you go back down to the level of visibility that you were before. Often when we're looking at growing our business, one of the biggest things that comes up that stops us, that pulls us off track, is that fear. That fear of, what if I can't call in more clients? What if nobody buys that high-end package? What if I put my prices up and nobody buys? In fact, what happens if all of my clients stop paying me because they don't want to work with me at that high level? And that means that you are constantly in that fear and in that doubt. And if you think about that as a frequency, that is like a lack frequency. And that is not going to help and support you to grow and expand out. And what you want to be doing is thinking on a daily basis is, how can you increase your frequency? How can you actually turn up in your business feeling like you are already that business owner who's generating consistent months of 5k? How can you feel like that every single day? How can you elevate your frequency so that you are showing up online to your clients, to your audience, with that frequency? Because that is the frequency where you will actually start to call in more and more clients with greater ease. And that's what I want for you. So my 5 steps to creating a new wealth frequency. And remember what I said, it's about creating this wealth frequency before you've actually achieved your income goal. It's not waiting until you've achieved that 5k. It's kind of doing this work in advance so that you're in the best possible situation to go out there at that higher vibration, at that higher frequency, and start to be open. Because what happens is that people can feel your energy and your action taking is at a higher level as well. So here are my 5 steps to ensuring that you can change your wealth frequency so you can welcome in more clients and money. Number 1 is making that decision. So you might think, well, that's really obvious. My next income goal is, let's say it's 5k. Yeah, that's like on a conscious level. But on an unconscious level, you want to be making that rock solid decision that 5k is your next income goal. And it's making that decision. I always call it like, you just flick the switch, like, yeah, 5k is, of course, that's my next income goal. and you make that decision, and you do it without trying to analyze like how you're going to get there. It's just making that decision and committing to it, and consciously allowing yourself to not step into the fear, not to step into the doubt or the disbelief at the moment that you say 5k is my new income goal. The second step is, okay, let's be realistic here. Of course there's going to be some fear and doubt that come up. So the second step is to understand what is your limiting belief gap. So let's say that you have a rock solid belief that you can generate 2k a month. That is something you've generated for a period of time now. So you already know that that is true. So what is the limiting belief between generating 2k a month to generating 5k a month? And you've got to understand what are those limiting beliefs, because it's those limiting beliefs that will stop you from making that progress. And this is why we do the work before we get to 5k, because you get there faster and easier and without the fear and doubt. So I want you to think about, what is that gap between where you are now in your income goal to where you want to be in your next income goal, and think about all the limiting beliefs that you have. So maybe you think that you'd have to work harder, you'd have to put your prices up, you'll annoy people stop working with you because they think you've got too fancy, or that you have to start investing in loads of expensive technologies or strategies. So list it all out. And obviously, when you list it all out, you'll start to see some patterns and some beliefs coming through. The third step is to actually work on releasing those limiting beliefs. They're called limiting beliefs for a reason. Those beliefs that you have between your current income goal and where your next income goal is are the things that are going to pull you off track. They're the things that are going to wake you up in the middle of the night and make you feel really worried and incapable of actually taking that next step. But the magic of step number 3 is that when you start to release those limiting beliefs, you stop getting in your own way, and you start to make that progress, and you start to move forward, and you start to make all of those things that you want to happen, and you feel more confident, you have greater clarity, and you immediately have that frequency. So instead of having a frequency of I'm really worried, I don't think I can actually achieve that income goal, you are now in a state of I believe, I understand I can do it, I'm taking consistent action in my business, I have this greater frequency, and so on. So step number 3 is it's like where the magic happens, when you actually release your limiting beliefs. Step number 4 is to practice this. I wish I could sell you a magic wand that allowed you to never have a limiting belief around your business ever again. If I could bottle a solution up and sell it to you, I would. But number 4 is all about creating it into a practice. We don't just clear limiting beliefs once. There are other limiting beliefs that need clearing. There are things that will happen that will create a limiting belief. So you need to have a practice of working on yourself, on releasing the drama, releasing the worry, releasing the fears, whatever that is, on a daily basis. And that looks like that's also, you can use all sorts of different tools to create that practice. And it's quite personal, and you've probably got to try a few things as well before you actually nail what that daily practice looks like. But you want to practice getting into that level of frequency, that level of belief, that level of like decision making, that you're all in to generate 5k a month. And then the final step is to take action at that new frequency. So let's say that your daily action when you were generating 2k a month in your business was to be sat here in your business at your desk doing all the admin. Is that the same action that's going to get you out there generating consistent months of 5k? No, it's not. Okay, the admin still needs to be done, but there's other things that need to happen as well. So maybe it's about that when you perceive that when you're at 5k, perhaps you see yourself having a YouTube channel or a weekly newsletter or doing a weekly masterclass like this. You don't wait until you've got to 5k. What do? You step into doing that now. You step into, if you change how you think and feel about your next income goal and your wealth frequency, the other thing that also happens is that you start to act as that person, as that future version of yourself who's already achieved that income goal. So they're my 5 steps to creating a new wealth frequency so you can go out there and call in more and more clients. It starts with you, always with you. And like I said, I wish I could bottle something up and sell it to you and for it to be ever done. But this is really important work, really continuous work, but it's also really exciting work. I think lots of people think the mindset work's either really woo-woo or that you're going to be an emotional wreck. And actually it isn't. And one of the things that you could do if you're like listening to this and like, oh my God, I totally do need to get into this new frequency and a lot of what Rachel's shared is resonating with me and I need to do this work. And if you are, you're in the right place, because I have got a brand new, absolutely brilliant 4-day program called Activate Your 5k Mindset, where all of those things that we've just talked about, limiting beliefs, sabotaging, fear, doubt, all of those things we're actually going to be working on in this 4-day period. And I'm going to help you change how you think and feel about earning more money so that you can go out there with greater confidence, with greater clarity, with consistency, and actually start to think and feel like the female entrepreneur that is already generating 5k every month in your business. So, and one of the brilliant things about this 4-day program is that you're going to be in an incubator with me in this powerful space where you're going to, yes, definitely achieve a level of transformation which is going to be phenomenal. But the other plus side is that you are going to get the resources so that every time you start to recognize, oh, I'm falling into, this kind of belief pattern, limiting belief pattern, you can use the resources that I have created for you and release your limiting beliefs and carry on. Now, this is the work that I love to do. This is the work that I do with all my clients, my private clients, the members of the 5k club, and I'm really delighted to bring this program to you as well. Now, we start on the 1st of November, so the doors are closing really, really soon. So if you are like, yes, Rachel, I need what you talked about, I'll put all of the details down below and I will be posting up a few reminders in here, but the doors are closing probably in the next 48 hours. So if this is a bit of you, I really want to encourage you to come in and change how you think and feel so that you can create more and more wealth in your life through your business. And the really amazing thing about this program is that for a really limited period of time, it is £37. So check the details below. And if you've got any questions about Activate Your 5k Mindset as a program or anything I've shared today, pop it in the comments below. I'll be absolutely delighted to come and share that with you. Okay, until next time, bye for now.